to the channel. I'm Free.
I'm Andrew.
This is Alexander, and we are
The Americans.
So for today's Vlogmas videos, we will be talking about our best and worst Christmas moments. So let me give you guys like a quick disclaimer when it comes to these like 25 Vlogmas videos. It just ain't gonna happen for us. We are... It's not gonna happen, okay? We are new parents. We have a newborn baby, and you guys like don't see what happens behind the scene, but literally just getting to the point of getting behind the camera with a baby is just crazy. So you might get 25 videos, but they won't be like back to back. Okay, so just bear with us, all right? So also before we get into the video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that other good stuff, okay? So I think Andrew's gonna start with his best Christmas moment first.
All right. So for me, Christmas back home, growing up, it was always good. It was, as a young lad, it was always amazing. But I really began to appreciate Christmas more when I got to high school and I started, spending more time with my grandmom. I was really close to her. So, quick story. My mom, when she gave birth to me, she was pursuing her degree or master's. So she didn't have time to take care of me. And so my grandma came to the city and stayed with us. And at a point in time, I moved to my village with her for about 7 years. So I became really close to her. Amongst all her grandkids, I think she spent most of her time with me. So when I grew up, there was this, I'm not so sure, I think it was 2010, 2011. Normally we all go back to our hometown to spend Christmas together as a whole family. But this year, I don't know what happened, but my cousins didn't go. My aunt, none of them decided to go to our hometown. And my grandma didn't want to come to the city. So my mom said, hey, let's go spend Christmas with your grandmom. But in my head, I'm like, man, my cousins are not around. I'm not really used to the lads back in my hometown. Even though, yeah, we speak whenever we go there, but not really close to them. So I'm like, man, this is going to be one boring Christmas. So I went, but unfortunately, I was the only one who went there initially. So I went there. My mom came to, I think she joined us on the 28th or so. So I was there with my grandma alone. And I went there on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. I was with her alone and we spent time together. We went to the farm together, went to the market together, went to church together, visited families together. Then I began to appreciate her more, and I was like, wow, she's an amazing woman. So that Christmas 2010, 2011, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2010, was amazing. Little did I know that, this will be the best Christmas I've ever had. Yeah, growing up I had an amazing time, but this one, 2010, was amazing. Yeah, it was great.
Nice. All right, so my best Christmas moment, I don't have like a specific moment, but for me, growing up, I grew up in Texas. Like I moved to Texas before I was even able to start kindergarten. So all of my early childhood was spent in Texas, and I would literally look forward to going back to Georgia where my family is from every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, and every summer. And out of the three, I enjoyed Christmas the best because the entire family would be there. We would all be at my aunt's house. All of my cousins would be there. All of my aunts would be there. My uncles, my grandmother would be there. And we would just have so much fun. As a little kid, if just running around and doing nothing really is fun. So I really, really enjoyed being around my family. I enjoyed the food. I never wanted to leave when it was time to go because we only saw, our family in Georgia so many times a year. So I always looked forward to Christmas and not having to go to school as well. Yeah, so that's the best. I think mine is really basic, but it was always very special for me because again, I didn't get to see my family.
With family, nothing is basic, so don't underestimate your experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to do the worst?
Well, okay. You want me to go first?
It doesn't matter.
All right. So, me piggybacking from what I said earlier on. So 2010 being the best. Little did I know that the following years, a series of events were going to happen. So, Christmas always is connected to good memory. Like family coming together, partying, celebrating life, and all of that. But on this day, 2011, December. So before we all decided, so the previous year nobody went for Christmas. My hometown was just me and my mom. The following year, the previous year was that, and then the following year, which was 2011, I went. Before we went for Christmas, we got scared. My grandma was sick, so she was going to the hospital like frequently. But in December, she almost kicked the bucket. Almost. So she spent Christmas in the hospital.
Kicked the bucket?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So she spent the entire Christmas, and I think she spent 2 weeks. So she went to the hospital on the 20th. So we were at the family house, but the thing is, nobody was in a happy mood because my grandma was at the hospital. So it was like everyone was just gloomy and sad. It's like it's Christmas, but then you realize that hey, she's no longer young. She's growing old, and she's getting sick. So on the 4th of January, she came home. She came home and was it 4th? I think the 4th or the 7th. 4th, yeah. So she came home and then trying to remember because it's been a while now. So she came home and she was just on the bench under we have cocoa trees in cocoa and coconut in our compound. So she was under one of those trees and I went to sit next to her. So we were talking. And then she told me that, well, she almost left us, but hey, sorry, she almost left us, but because it was Christmas and she didn't want to leave us with a bad memory and a bad taste in her mouth. Like every Christmas is the 1 year anniversary of her passing away, so she tried as much as possible to hold on, but unfortunately, February 12, 2012, yeah, she passed away. Yeah. So that always, it just clicks at any time it's Christmas and it's getting to New Year. And I just sit down and I just reflect and like, that was the last conversation I had with her, But yeah, that's my worst. So anytime it's Christmas and we spend Christmas together and we get to New Year, then I think about her.
Okay, so for me, I kind of have like two things I want to mention. Number one, of course, now we are, now I'm abroad, so I haven't been home for Christmas in years now. But when I was home, the thing that really like bothered me and made me feel like, Christmas just is not the same anymore. It was like after my grandmother passed, because when my grandmother was alive, like every Christmas, everybody got together. It didn't matter. But it was like after my grandmother passed away, things changed. It's like every little, I would say like sub family does their own little.
Your own thing.
Every little sub family, like true.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Every family does their own little like individual thing. So yeah, the Christmas isn't the same in that regards. And then So I have to give you guys a little story time. So this was
Okay.
so picture this. Go back 2009. My senior year of high school. I remember I started working in August, like right before school started. And as it started to get to like October, I was like, okay, well, I need to start saving money because this is the first Christmas that I'm going to have money. Like, I'm about to ball out, right? So I started saving money. Now, mind you, I was working at the grocery store and I wasn't making a lot of money. I think minimum wage is still the same as it was way back when. But I guess to give you guys like a perspective of how much money I made like a week, because I got paid weekly. So if I worked 3 days, I got paid like $100. If I worked 4 days, I got paid like $140. So I'm not making a lot of money at all. Had to put gas in my car. I had to buy like other things that
How old were you at that time?
I was 17 and then I turned 18.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not like I just worked and then I didn't have any other like responsibilities and things to take care of. So I'm like, okay, let me start saving. It's Christmas. I'm about to ball out. But me, I have a really big heart. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to buy, my family, my immediate family, I'm going to buy them gifts. So it gets to the point where I'm looking at the money and the math ain't nothing. So I realized, okay, either I can just be selfish and I can just buy myself, whatever I want for Christmas, or I can, have a heart and, get my family members things. So, of course, like I said, I have a big heart, so I chose to get gifts for my family. Now, y'all, yes.
That's nice of you.
It won't happen again. It won't happen again. So, okay, these were the people in my family. So I was like dating this guy, my little friend, y'all. I was dating this guy. It was my mom. It was my stepdad. It was my little brother. He was 10. My mom had custody of my baby cousin. She was about maybe 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And then they also had 2 foster kids. So I bought gifts for 7 people, which is why I said the math wasn't mathing, because after all of that, no, I didn't overspend. It's just that I spent all my money on them and I didn't have anything left over for myself. So boom, Christmas comes and I'm like, okay, I know I got something good. I know I got at least like 2-3 gifts under the tree. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So I did have a gift, but listen to this, guys. I did have a gift. So I'm like, okay, the box was like, it was like a medium-sized box, a pretty good-sized box. So I'm like, okay, gotta be something good. Like, I wonder what this is. I opened the box, and it is a jewelry box from, it was like Family Dollar or Dollar General. And I didn't even have a lot of jewelry, to be honest.
That must be good then, right?
What?
No? Family Dollar?
What?
No,
Family Dollar is like a really like cheap store.
Oh.
Family Dollar, like things are cheap.
Maybe they should be like family cheap product or something.
What? What are you even talking about? Like people in America know what like Family Dollar and Dollar General is. You wouldn't want like a Christmas gift from Family Dollar or Dollar General. I mean, I guess depending on the situation. But anyway, okay, so I opened the gift and it's a jewelry box. That was the only thing that I had gotten, and the only reason why I knew it was from like Family Dollar or Dollar General is because when I flipped the box upside down, you could see the price tag on it, and it was like $15 or $20 that they had that they had spent on me. And let me just clarify, it's not that they only spent $20. It's number one, again, I didn't even have a lot of jewelry, so the gift itself, it was not thoughtful. And everything that I had got for everyone else was thoughtful, So that's number one. The gift was not thoughtful. I didn't have a lot of jewelry. I didn't need like a big, jewelry box. And number two, I just felt like they should have been, I guess they could have been, my parents could have been honest and just been like, hey, this year we're just going to take care of the kids. You have a job, spend your money on you, buy your own things, because we're really not going to get you anything. Like, I would have respected that so much more than being disappointed, because I literally spent all my money on everyone else, and I didn't buy myself anything. I didn't have any money left for myself to get myself anything, and I wanted things too, but again, I had a heart, so I chose to do for others, and I really didn't get anything back in return. And I'm big on that. Like, if I'm if I'm doing things for you, like, I want it back in return. And people might say, oh, it's what's the reason for the season? No, that ain't me. I'm sorry. Y'all can call me what you want. You can judge me, but that is not me. Like,
I understand. But then I have a question.
Okay.
So, previous years, what were they getting you? Because you could tell, you can tell from previous gifts that, okay, these guys are going to spend more on me or not.
What? Well, not necessarily. If I can be honest, guys, if I can be honest, I think I've always kind of felt like there wasn't a lot of thought put into the gifts that were given to me for Christmas from my parents. You know, as I got older, of course, when you're young, like, oh, you get toys and this and that. Even when I didn't get a lot growing up, like, at least it was something that I was like, okay, yes, I really wanted it and I got it. But as I got older, I just felt like they really didn't put any thought and effort into, like, getting, like, Christmas gifts and things for me. So the gifts were never really that good.
You know, sometimes the way we gift people, it's not the same way that we're going to be gifted. They will gift us in the same way that they would want to be gifted. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Not my mama.
Because I would not really understand someone who would want to give you a gift that wasn't thought out and expect you to give them a gift that was thought out. All right, okay, I get it. But then, like previous years, gifts that were given to you to that point would have given you a sign, like, oh, okay, maybe I should go all out for these people, or maybe I should, like, so that you just put a cap on your price.
So I shouldn't have gone on out for them.
Yeah, like,
I should have just spent all my money on myself.
Not all on yourself, but then you put a cap, just to, because if you haven't received like $100 gift from anyone.
But you don't know until Christmas, though. You don't know what you're gonna get until Christmas.
Yeah, I know. But from like previous Christmas, if someone is giving you $100 gift, you be like, oh, okay, then you spending $100 or more on someone else justify the fact, okay, you've received a gift like that before. You understand?
But just because they did it before, that doesn't mean they're gonna do it again.
Yeah, I'm just saying that will give you like an incentive or kick. Okay, let me give you more. You understand? But anyway, that's just me, guys.
Yeah, so that was the best. That was the worst. Anything else you want to add?
Oh, that's okay. I think being abroad, spending Christmas here, sometimes you just want to be home, around people that, I mean, not to say that I do not have friends here. I mean, I do have friends here, but I met them here, But being with people from home who you've grown up with, you played with and all of that, spending time together and sharing stories. Sometimes you miss that. Yeah.
And the friends that we do have here, they're in Shanghai. Like, we were in Shanghai for the past few years. Now we're in Beijing, and it's literally just him and I. I mean, he has 2 co-workers that,
We once in a while we go out to grab a few drinks together, but
yeah, not like the friends that we have in Shanghai that we've known for a few years. What's his pacifier?
It's it.
All right, so baby's getting fussy. I think that's the end of Vlogmas Day 3. Like I said, don't hold us to no type of standard, because we have a baby, we work, we have all this other stuff we're doing, so we're trying to pump the videos out. But yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, share, and we will see you guys in the next video. I'm Free.
I'm Andrew, and this is Alexander, and we are the Americans. Bye.